What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Since it is the last week before 9.1, I went ahead and we jumped into a random pug here. I'm going to try and see if
5, 4, 3,
we can
2,
do a
1.
timed 17 key, assuming the group leader said, you know, the right key and everything. Yep, it is a 17 miss. So I have had a lot of success this week, and I've also had a lot of downfall. Just because this is a Sanquine on the last week of 905, and so it can get a little chaotic this week just because of that Sanquine affix. But we are running the Reign of Chaos Wilfred's build right now, mostly for AoE scenarios. And because this is a fortified week, seems like the perfect opportunity to run that. Obviously, I think we need to drop a jar here real quick. I ran out of
Bewildering pollen.
health pots at the start of this key, so that's something we don't have for right now.
Bewildering pollen. Harvest essence.
But we do have everything else.
Bewildering pollen.
Using the gateway skip here. Everybody but the DH tank can take this, it looks like. Because I had to, like, gateway him out. Oh no. It's actually sort of tragic that I'm thinking about it. But the DH was not our tank, so it ended up being okay, looks like. Warlock, especially Destro, has issues with timing its infernal windows, and so I want to see if maybe running keys in 9.1. I'm gonna try and do all the keys to get to the Season 2 KSM here on YouTube, and hopefully, you know, it will end up being more beneficial. I do see it as a blessing and a curse, but I'm hopeful that it will be okay. I left the Warlock, the very back mushroom. In midst of Turn to Scythe, you want to always grab the Savory Stats room. That gives you 10% to int strength or agility, depending on class, obviously.
Bramble burst.
This guy, you want to kind of evenly,
Bramble burst.
not evenly kill, due to the Bramble Burst and the Furious Quaking, but it looks like we're evenly killing these guys, so this is going to get a little iffy. And this is a fortified week, so this may hurt.
Bramble burst.
If you start moving when they say, or when you see the Bramble Burst casted, you will get better results than waiting till the cast happens like this and running out, because you still take a tick of damage. So Bigwig's voice is an add-on that says, you know, the ability's coming up, and basically when it says it, if you start running out, you don't get the tick of damage. I'm going to start the boss here. as well. We're not going to actually do the boss. We're just setting up for the boss. Right now I'm just gaining soul shards. Keeping Infernal up right now. Because everybody else was using CDs there. Oh, the warrior had Spell Reflect up. That's a big no-no. Normally, you want to wait to cast Infernal. Stuff like that. Because when the tree gets to 20% HP, it's going to proc a 200% damage proc. Just like so. And then we just go in. Most of this is going to be incinerate damage, unfortunately.
Spirit Bolt. Spirit Bolt. Bewildering Pollen.
We should have enough damage in this group to just fully nuke the guy. I can believe here.
Bewildering Pollen.
We do. Nice. Oh, that shaman man. Is he Ellie? Yeah. No wonder he's doing so much damage. The pet classes do still have a way to grab through the wall, but unless asked to, I normally don't because that can screw with timings.
Spear Flurry.
If you're not too careful.
Spear Flurry.
The add-on used in this video is Miss the Turn a Scythe Helper. That's the add-on you see with the 4-symbol selection on screen here. Most people will, if you have a healer, the healer normally does it and it will show up. And if you are just install it normally, it defaults to saying something in the chat when somebody puts something in.
The forest. Nourish the forest. Nourish the forest. Nourish the forest. Spear Flurry. Nourish the forest. Spear Flurry. Nourish the forest.
You notice, obviously, that Bigwig's Voice add-on can get a little spammy. I actually kind of prefer the spam because it keeps me focused. If you don't prefer the spam, you can go in and set how long before the next audible cue in the actual add-on itself. The add-on you're seeing on screen now is a Maze Navigation Weak Aura that I will also put in the description below.
Spear Flurry. Nourish the forest.
Right now, we're also just getting our Infernal back up.
Spear Flurry.
Oh, I'm casting Rain of Fire instead of
Spear Flurry.
Chaos Bolt.
Spear
Let the
Flurry.
Quaking run out. I also put that Quaking Weak Aura in the description.
Spear Flurry.
Quaking Weak Aura is so handy. Because unlike other Quaking Weak Auras, it doesn't yell at you when the quake
Spear
happens. Or when you, like, have a quake go off and you're in the middle of a cast. It just turns red. I'm gonna be nice to this group.
Bramblethorn Coat. Bramblethorn Coat. Nourish the forest. Nourish the forest.
Obviously, this is a little spammy.
Bramblethorn Coat.
I can't do anything about it, so unfortunately, we can't do anything mid-key, but we are Gonna damage these guys
Bucking
evenly.
Rampage. Bramblethorn Coat.
I'm gonna drop Infernal here because most of everybody else's CDs are on cooldown. And seeing that I can get a lot of my Infernal off in this window is very beneficial.
Bucking Rampage.
With Mist to Turn a Scythe, it's very hard for destruction on low keys to get a full use of Infernal. So you want to best time it when you can get it. I think the exit to this one is there.
Crushing Leaf. Poisonous Secretions.
The weak aura that I'm going to link in the description that involves this
Crushing
is
Leaf.
the English translated one. They're all full rights go to the person who made it, but English translated one is not as in your face, which I prefer quite a bit.
Crushing Leaf.
Gonna dodge this. 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be this back one here. Yup. Always is. And this route is always, if you come back here, you are 99% of the time going through the first right door.
Nourish the Forest. Spear Flurry. Bucking Rampage. Bucking Rampage. Spear Flurry. Bucking Rampage. Spear Flurry.
Gonna help this tank out real quick.
Bucking Rampage. Bucking Rampage. Bramblethorn Coat.
Because this is a fortified week, I'm gonna blast on ads here before the boss.
Bucking Rampage.
Because this also gives us the benefit of Manifestation of Pride. Another cool thing with Warlock and Quaking, this is kind of a niche use and isn't recommended, but if you're not have any like mechanic or ability coming up in the next like 20 to 30 seconds, or 3 minutes, you can use Unending Resolve to completely negate Quaking and cast through it, but leave that up to you. Normally we would also be doing a potion on this boss. Fortunately did not grab any potions.
Dodgeball.
Shaman that luckily just texted. It is unfilled. That hit for quite a bit. Prime example what's going on with the Quaking Wikra right there. We get freeze tag once again. Normally you want to be saving a ton of
Getting game.
shards for your...
Dodgeball.
Oh, it's the one right next to it. I hate this boss. So much some days.
Dodgeball. Dodgeball.
The dodgeball mechanic, if the ball comes through the middle of that arrow,
Guessing game.
so if you're standing off to the side, you're not going to get as deleted by it as you
Dodgeball.
think. And we go off of whatever these guys are doing.
Dodgeball.
Ow. Because I'm not Night Fae, I have to be careful with dying. Most don't know about this portal, which is fine, but if you're a warlock, you can get down here before that even opens. It's actually a lot faster to do in most keys. Instead of just sitting there waiting for that mist to come back.
Stimulate resistance. Stimulate regeneration. Stimulate resistance.
They're pulling into another pack. This is pretty interesting. Pug groups, you most of the time don't
Stimulate
have a
regeneration.
route to go off of. So these keys are always very interesting. Oh, we're getting extremely lucky with infernal
Stimulate
procs right now.
resistance.
There were 3 back to back right there. I'm gonna get yeeted. Yep, I knew it. That's okay. This is gonna spawn our next Prideful.
Stimulate resistance.
Get my pet out.
Stimulate regeneration. Stimulate resistance.
Most of the time I confuse this green circle with the Quaking,
Stimulate regeneration.
unfortunately. Luckily, I don't believe the Manifestation of Pride takes the Sanquine pool. I've never actually figured out if it did or not, but be it the last week, I don't believe there's a point to seeing if it does now, so that's pretty much how much I've run keys this expansion and not really paid attention to that mechanic. Which surprisingly you can do a lot of. not paying attention to that and still do really, really good. Oh, he's pulling. He's going big ham. Okay. Let's see how many Infernals we can get off this. There's 3. Only 3. That's okay. Gonna take a little bit of cleaving damage. Should be fine though. Gonna set up with this guy so that way the second we get the next Prideful, I can just turn around and go in.
Stimulate regeneration.
Looks like we're gonna get a Prideful right after this.
Stimulate resistance.
This tank's route has actually been pretty nice. Most pug groups don't really see this.
Stimulate regeneration.
Because we have the boss coming up, I elected to save Ending Resolve here instead of using it on Pride. Kinda unfortunate, to be honest. Could have used it right there as well. I'm gonna have to move. Yep. The instant lust and burn. Nice.
Acid expulsion. Parasitic pacification. Consumption.
Some groups will elect to let that go off for a little longer, but in a pug key you're most likely not going to see that stay for a long time.
Consumption.
We burnt him about 70% before.
Acid expulsion. Parasitic domination.
Somebody moved like crazy.
Mind link. Accelerated incubation. Acid expulsion. Mind link.
Unfortunate.
Parasitic domination.
And that's key. There we go. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're having as much fun as I am here in the last few days of 9.05. And have a good one.